This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, my name is Harriton Buatco. Welcome to our program. And welcome to the week of what we call convenience. Thanks to the APEC, we are all perspiring under the heat, together with the El Nino, to stop all our streets, just so the President can say they have landed at the Ninoy International Airport. Gee, it's just so bad that Macapagal is really pushed away. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a surprise for you. It's his first time on TV. I have a VIP. Let me introduce him properly because many of you, especially the younger ones who are too involved with teleseries and their mobile phones, don't know much of the history that's really happened. We have to remember, we start somewhere to get somewhere. A quick introduction, I have former Senator Attorney Rene Espina, a graduate from the University of Southern Philippines, admitted to the bar in 1955. He was the Visayan chairman for the Ramon Magsaysay for President movement. That was way back in 1956. Appointed in the 60s as the youngest social security system. Isipin niyo po, SSS, siya po he was the administrator. He was the governor of Cebu in 63. He was called the road building governor. He was re-elected as governor in 1967. He was appointed by President Marcos in November 1968 as acting secretary of Public Works. Now, in those days, the Public Works, Transportation and Communication, which is now separated in two departments, which is the DOTC and the DPWH. Espina assumed the position, making him governor. It was when he was cabinet secretary that the Mactan Bridge in Cebu was constructed. He is known to be the builder of Cebu who pushed it. When Marcos declared martial law and padlocked the Senate, Espina was then a senator. He was appointed by Marcos to be part of the so-called presidential advisor of four. Espina resigned as governor and cabinet secretary in '69. The elections, which was part of the senatorial slate of Marcos, the Nacionalista Party. Espina was Cebu's leader of the Nacionalista Party, being the incumbent governor and now the senatorial candidate. He is president of Liwayway Publishing Corporation, president of the Polo Plantation Properties, and chairman of the Discovery Bay Properties. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the August Halls of Congress. Ang tawag po natin dyan, yan ang topic natin ngayon. Para maalala nyo lang po, yung mga anong klaseng mga senador, mga nakaupo po noon. You have Gil Puyat, Senate President. Jose Roy, President pro tempore. You had Arturo Tolentino, Majority Floor Leader. The father of Mar Rojas, Jerry Rojas, Minority Floor Leader. Eliseo Tenza, Secretary. And the list of senators. Very quickly po, you have Alejandro Almendras, Magnolia Antonio, Benigno Aquino, Dominador Aitona, Helena Benitez, Jose Diokno, Rene Espina, of course, Edgar Ilarde, Eva Estrada Calao, Wenceslao Lagumbay, Salvador Laurel, Ernesto Maceda, Genaro Magsaysay, Ramon Mitra. You have the two Osmeñas, John Henry and Sergio. You have Ambrosio Padilla. We had the last Vice President, Emmanuel Pelaez, Leonie Perez, Jovito Salonga, Lorenzo Simulong. My gosh, this list, it's dynamite. Mamintal Tamano, Lorenzo Tañada, Lorenzo Teves. The tenure of the senators of the 7th Congress was cut short by the declaration of martial law in 1972. Subsequently, the legislature was phased out as the country's new constitution transformed the system of government from presidential to parliamentary, which was short by one vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we have former Senator Rene Espina. Maraming salamat po for being here. I understand,
very
ngayon lang
much.
kayo pumayag na sa television mag-Q&A tayong dalawa.
That's true. This is one of the first
I'm glad
times
naman.
that I have accepted an invitation like this.
I'm glad you did, sir. Not for anything, but not necessary, not because I need to measure the performance of the current Senate, but all the things you have done, you have shown to be yourself a true patriot of the country. Maraming salamat po. When you say you helped build Cebu and you forced to build that, building Mactan, what did that mean? Ano yun? Kasi ang budgets po nasa Metro Manila lang in those days. Ano yun?
Yes.
Linaban niyo po yun.
I asked Marcos to, to put up the bridge. Because, well, I don't want to waste so much time. I want to go direct to the point. There were 3 candidates for president at one time. Quezon,
Quezon.
and then you had Aguinaldo,
Okay.
and you had a braggart or a fool called Pascual Recoyal.
I've
Cebuano.
not even heard. Cebuano, okay.
Yes. Pascual's issue was, I will not say it in Visayan, I'll say it in English.
Opo.
You make me president, I'll build you the longest bridge in the Philippines from Mandaue to Opon. At that time, Mactan Island was called Opon.
Opon.
Opon. And people say, this guy must be crazy. Anyway, when Marcos became president, I told him the story and I said, let's build that bridge.
And it worked.
And he was inspired, and we built the bridge.
To build one bridge out of the many that were required, why specifically Mactan? Because there was opportunity, economic opportunity that was already made available and napuputol?
Well, we had already the Mactan Airport.
Ayun.
By the way, the Mactan runway, an airport, was not built by the Philippine government. It was built by the U.S. Navy.
Ah, okay.
It was a U.S. Naval Air Base.
I didn't know
Mactan.
that. In
Yes.
Cebu, huh?
Yeah, our original airport was in Lahog.
Yes.
The one where you have now the hotels, and you have now the Ayala
The Ayala
developments.
says. That
and
was
so on.
the old.
Yes. It was transferred to Mactan during the time of President Marcos. The problem was we had to go by ferry because there was no bridge.
No bridge.
So we decided to put the bridge.
And the rest is history. Now everybody passes it not realizing the work that was done. Sir, let me bring it back quickly to the 60s. Based on all my readings, in that decade, we had already the infrastructure or the road work or the direction towards what we call true infrastructure, true industrialization. We had the steel mills. We had everything going for us. Ano po nangyari? Martial law.
No, as a matter of fact, regarding the Jacinto steel mill, which they call,
Jacinto.
yeah, because Jacinto was the one who was proposing it. I happened to be the administrator already at that
Of
time.
SSS.
SSS. And President Macapagal instructed us if we could look at the project and help to build the project by lending money. So did the GSIS. And so,
But that was the right thing to do, sir.
exactly, because when you industrialize a country, when you build the infrastructure and so on, the first thing you need is cement.
Opo.
The next thing you need is steel.
Steel.
Steel bars. Steel bars for buildings, steel bars for
For
bridges,
everything.
and so on. And you need steel for practically everything. So that was what was needed.
Building that industry, you already saw the foresight as the SSS administrator, even the senators, the legislators of that day. Hindi ba nila nakita to continue it? it seems after the martial law period, after its declaration, can we blame Marcos for that? But he was part of legislation. He was a brilliant man as well. He saw the need for industrialization. He saw the need and the importance and significance of steel manufacturing.
Yes, that's right.
Bakit po nabitawan?
I cannot really say why, what happened, but what I know for a fact is that even today, we have a steel, rather an iron sintering plant owned by the Japanese in what is now known as the port of Villanueva in Misamis Oriental.
I'm not even aware of that,
They
yes.
bring the ore from Brazil, from everywhere. They sinter it. In short, they clean up
clean
the
it up.
metals so that the only thing that will be left will be the iron ore for export to Japan.
Hindi para sa atin.
Hindi para sa atin, for export to Japan.
Wala ba tayong iron ore? Di ba natural resources? Wala tayo pagdating sa
We
steel.
have iron ore all over the place.
We have.
We have. There's even iron in black sand.
Oh my gosh, yung kinukuha ng mga Chinese ngayon.
Yes, which we should not sell.
Given all of this, I don't understand why our legislators today seem to turn a blind eye as if they have no idea or any clue what industry would require, which is steel, the production of steel.
That is really a must, whether you like it or not. Like, for example, in Korea, if I remember right, the Koreans were telling me when I was a visitor in Korea as a senator together with President Hilpuyat of the Senate.
Pero ahead tayo sa Korea noon. Ahead po tayo.
Ahead tayo. Pero mag-Taglish na lang ako, although
Sige,
I hate
sige
to
po,
speak
sige po.
Taglish. Kasi my
Ginagawa ko rin po eh.
my Tagalog is very poor.
Oh, Cebuano po kayo eh. Bisaya. Pwede kayo mag-Bisaya, but you have to explain a little bit to me.
Yeah. When the Koreans decided to build a steel mill, who do you think were the first ones to discourage them?
Tayo.
The World Bank.
Now it's opening up. Now it's opening
You have an
up.
idea now.
Yes, yes,
Why the steel mill? But the Koreans said, no, we'll go ahead.
Ah.
And they did. Because, can you imagine a Korea or a Japan without the steel industry?
They won't be anywhere near where they are today.
I will not mention the names of the cars that we are importing from Korea right now. Because that will be a free ad on this TV.
Yes, correct.
I will not mention to you the ships that are being built by this Korean company in Japan and even in Zambales.
Yes, which they export directly.
There's also, by the way, another shipyard in Cebu as big as Hanjin, which
Oh
is
my
in
gosh.
Balamban.
Kasi laki po ng Hanjin.
And they were the pioneers.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a Japanese company. Yeah, that's in Cebu. We're very quiet about it. And you know what?
Opo.
Since Cebu doesn't have any agriculture to speak of, except maybe the mangoes, the dried mangoes.
Yes.
We're fortunate that Marcos put in the Mactan Export Processing Zone in Mactan Island. You know how many thousands are employed today there?
Ilan na po?
About 65,000 people.
That's what you call employment. Yan ang tama.
How about the payroll? Put it only at a minimum.
Oh my gosh.
How many millions
Only
is that?
10,000?
Billions every
billions
year.
Every year.
Yes.
And the fact that you're employing that kind of volume. What I don't understand is today, surely the generations have built new kids that have studied. Okay, we may not have near as many top bar natchers as you had during the August halls of the Senate per se. Pero bakit kaya hindi po nila pinag-uusapan, hindi nila nakikita? I mean, sa dami natin mga congressman, tingin ko naman marami naman dyan, miski pa paano may alam naman, kaalaman naman. I mean, I'm sure they read. I'm sure they figure it out. Even just watching this show, it's indirectly saying, hey, the world said, stop Philippines, everybody go ahead. Ito, dito, di ba? Of course, people made money. Some people made money along the way and decided para sa kanila, hindi para sa bayan. I don't understand bakit po kaya mas bobo ba po mga tao ngayon? Can we measure the Senate, for example, during your time and our time today? Or does it make you sick to even think of that measurement?
Well, we had a different situation at that time. Now, the media is
Instant.
controlled from Manila. The big media, even this media starts from Manila.
Yes.
And fortunately or unfortunately, if you become a media star, you're eligible to run for the Senate because people have a recall of the name easily. Plus the fact that the parties now are weak.
Well, there's no
Political
such
parties.
thing. Wala ng political party
There is
po
no
eh.
such thing. There is no such banana.
You find this as a disadvantage.
It is a disadvantage for whoever is properly educated, very well qualified, but has no TV exposure. You cannot win.
You cannot win.
As against somebody who comes out with inanities every noontime.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a short break, Senator. Ladies and gentlemen, ayun po na naririnig nyo naman. Ano? Tama nga naman. Is Aldab a real sensation that you can be proud of? I can't figure out why the person to my right or to my left start crying when the person on stage starts crying, when they don't know each other, when there is no real content. Maybe our hearts, being Filipino, we're so emotional, we give in to anything and everything. Or is it we have given in to what we call fantasy to save ourselves from the poverty that is being pushed onto the people? You be the judge. Alam mo, ang naiiba lang po dyan, pag mayaman ka, iwanan mo sila. Eh, sila bumoto niyan eh. Alam mo, may pagkatama rin po yun. May kasalitaan nga na you make your bed, you sleep in it. Yung nga lang, saan tayo pupunta niyan? Mabuti sana wala kang anak, di ba? Para pagtapos mo, pataga, tapos na! Eh hindi, may mga anak pa tayo eh. Silang, we have failed. My age, I have failed my children. I have failed my community because we've allowed it to become what it is today. Another election, another PICOS, more automation, and more of the stars in noontime shows to become the senators, the president, and whatnot. Actually, walang sagot po dun eh. We'll be right back. Stay with us.